Yeah, apparently for a little while there, there was a time when people...
Johnny Depp has lived a life that feels less like a biography and more like a Hollywood tragedy written in real time. From explosive fame and artistic rebellion to unforgettable love stories and brutal public heartbreak, his journey has unfolded under a spotlight few could survive. But now, at 62, the man who once believed in forever is saying something that has stunned fans around the world. After years of courtroom battles, betrayals, and love turning into headlines, Johnny Depp has finally admitted why he will never marry again. What happened behind closed doors that changed his heart forever? And what truth did fame, love, and loss ultimately teach him? Stay with us, because this confession reveals a side of Johnny Depp the world has never truly understood. Born on June 9, 1963, as John Christopher Depp II, Johnny Depp never dreamed of becoming a Hollywood icon. His first and greatest love was music. As a teenager, he dropped out of school and poured himself into rock bands, believing the stage, not the screen, would be his destiny. Acting entered his life by accident. In 1984, he appeared in the horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street, a small role that quietly opened the door to a world he never planned to enter. A role in Platoon followed, but his life truly changed when he landed the lead on the television show 21 Jump Street. Overnight, Johnny Depp became a teen idol. His face filled magazines, posters, and fan mail flooded in by the thousands. But fame of that kind felt like a trap. He hated being admired only for his looks and began actively fighting against the image Hollywood tried to sell. Instead of chasing safe roles, he sought out strange, damaged, emotionally complex characters. Throughout the 1990s, films like What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Benny and June, Dead Man, Donnie Brasco, and Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas reshaped him into an actor known for depth rather than polish. That artistic rebellion found its perfect partner in director Tim Burton. Their first collaboration, Edward Scissorhands, became iconic almost instantly. The character, gentle, misunderstood, and painfully isolated, mirrored much of Johnny Depp's inner world. Their creative bond continued through films like Ed Wood, Sleepy Hollow, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Corpse Bride, Sweeney Todd, Alice in Wonderland, and Dark Shadows, each role pushing him further away from traditional Hollywood stardom. Global superstardom arrived when Johnny Depp stepped onto the screen as Captain Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean. What could have been a standard blockbuster performance became legendary. The films ran from 2003 to 2017, turning him into one of the most recognizable faces in the world and earning him multiple Academy Award nominations. Success followed with films like Finding Neverland, Public Enemies, Rango, Into the Woods, Black Mass, Murder on the Orient Express, Minamata, and his role as Gellert Grindelwald in Fantastic Beasts. Awards, box office dominance, and a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame cemented his legacy, but his personal life was far more unstable. Love entered Johnny Depp's life early. In 1983, he married makeup artist Lori Ann Allison. They moved to Los Angeles chasing music dreams together. When Lori lost hearing in one ear, she transitioned into film makeup and introduced Johnny to Nicolas Cage, a meeting that would change his life. Their marriage ended in 1986, but they remained on good terms. Years later, Lori publicly supported Johnny during his darkest legal battles, standing by him when many did not. Romantic intensity followed him everywhere. He became engaged to Jennifer Grey and later Sherilyn Fenn, though neither relationship reached the altar. Then came Winona Ryder, a love story that defined an era. They met during Edward Scissorhands, and Johnny Depp fell deeply, publicly, and fearlessly. He tattooed Winona Forever on his arm as a declaration of devotion. When they broke up in 1993, the tattoo was altered to Wino Forever, becoming one of Hollywood's most famous symbols of heartbreak. After Winona, he entered a fiery, highly publicized relationship with supermodel Kate Moss. Their romance was chaotic, passionate, and relentlessly scrutinized by the media. When it ended in 1998, Johnny Depp withdrew emotionally, seeking peace far from Hollywood's glare. That retreat led to France, where he met singer and actress Vanessa Paradis while filming The Ninth Gate. With Vanessa Paradis, life slowed down. Together, they built a quiet family life away from the spotlight and welcomed two children, Lily Rose Depp and Jack Depp. Johnny Depp later said fatherhood gave him grounding and purpose, calling it destiny rather than choice. For over a decade, fans believed Vanessa was his forever. But in 2012, their separation shocked the world and marked the end of his longest and calmest relationship. Soon after, Johnny Depp entered what would become the most destructive chapter of his life, his relationship with Amber Heard, whom he met on the set of The Rum Diary. They married in 2015 on Johnny's private island in the Bahamas, but within 2 years, everything collapsed. In 2016, Amber Heard filed for a divorce and a restraining order accusing him of abuse. The headlines exploded worldwide. Johnny denied the allegations completely. Though the divorce settled in 2017, including a $7 million payment that Amber Heard pledged to donate to charity, the damage was irreversible. In 2018, The Sun, a British newspaper, labeled Johnny Depp a wife-beater. That headline triggered a brutal legal war in the United Kingdom. In 2020, the court ruled against him, calling the allegations substantially true. The fallout was immediate. Warner Brothers removed him from Fantastic Beasts, and his career seemed to collapse overnight. But the story did not end there. Amber Heard's Washington Post op-ed in 2018, discussing domestic abuse without naming Johnny, became the center of a new lawsuit. Johnny sued for defamation in Virginia, arguing the article destroyed his reputation. Unlike the UK trial, cameras were allowed. What followed in 2022 became a global phenomenon. For 6 unforgettable weeks in Fairfax County, the world watched as a courtroom became the stage for 2 completely different versions of the same relationship. Every day brought new audio recordings, photographs, medical testimony, and emotional statements that flooded headlines and social media feeds. Johnny Depp told the jury he was the true victim, claiming his life and career had been destroyed by false accusations. Across from him, Amber Heard stood firm, insisting she was a survivor who had finally spoken her truth. The trial quickly turned into more than a legal battle. It turned into a global debate over truth, perception, and belief. As the days passed, the courtroom drama captivated millions. Clips from the trial spread rapidly online, and public opinion shifted with every testimony. Supporters chose sides, analyzing body language, tone, and even silence. For Johnny Depp, the case represented a last chance to reclaim his name after years of professional exile and personal humiliation. For Amber Heard, it was a fight to defend her credibility under relentless public scrutiny. By the time closing arguments arrived, the tension felt overwhelming, as if the verdict would permanently reshape both of their lives. On June 1, 2022, the jury delivered its decision. Johnny Depp won on all major defamation claims and was awarded over $10 million in damages, signaling the jury believed his reputation had been unjustly harmed. Amber Heard won a smaller counterclaim, but the overall verdict shifted the narrative. Appeals followed, yet by December 2022, both sides reached a settlement, officially ending years of public legal warfare. Johnny pledged to donate his settlement to charity, choosing closure over conflict. Even after the settlement, legal aftershocks continued quietly until December 2024. By then, Johnny Depp had already begun rebuilding his life in London, focusing on health, music, and art. In 2024, his film Jean du Barry premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, earning a standing ovation that marked a symbolic return. Around the same time, rumors linked him to Yulia Vlasova, though sources emphasized he wasn't seeking commitment, only peace. Now in his early 60s, Johnny Depp stands far removed from the man who once tattooed love onto his skin. Years of betrayal, courtroom battles, and public judgment reshaped his views on marriage, trust, and fame. Friends say he values peace over passion and privacy over headlines. Johnny Depp's story is no longer about winning or losing. It's about survival. He faced fame, love, disgrace, and redemption under an unforgiving spotlight and chose to keep moving forward on his own terms. Whether marriage is in his future remains unknown, but his journey is far from over. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful Hollywood stories. Thanks for watching.